Good morning, everybody. Finally was able to get up and out of bed because I'm feeling a little better. Also managed to clean up the GoPro SD card, so now I'm able to film again using the GoPro. As you might hear on my voice, I'm still a little sore throat. Nose is still a little stiff still, but it's a nice day outside, so might as well use it. You can hear that it's absolutely quiet outside if I just be quiet for a second. From time to time you'll also see a pack of birds flying around as they're getting ready to migrate because the winter's arriving. Seems the wind is coming today from slight wind is coming from the side of the sun, which is kind of a bummer because it's hard to film and fly in the direction of the sun. Anyhow, we're gonna give it a trot and hope for the best. Getting ready, and we'll put you on my head and start filming. Alright, so we're all set up here. The battery is connected. We balanced out CG. We're going with the Tiny Trainer white 2-cell battery, 1000 milliamps. We're just gonna do a last quick check to make sure everything is working the way it should, as I don't want to have any issues up in the air. Perfect. Motor, perfect. A little dust on the motor. Ooh, looks like they're sprinkling out there, so I can't go there, otherwise I gotta fly somewhere in this area. I think I'm a little hot, so I'll just quickly take off my sweatshirt. Otherwise I'll be boiling hot in no time. Sorry about that. Let's go. We gotta watch out from there. The wind is coming back from me, so anyways I want to fly in this area next to that building. I'll just take a few steps back. Make sure that we don't hit anything. Hopefully we fly nice today. Gotta keep track on time today as well, because I have a few chores to do. Just reduce throttle. Bam. Let's go get it. Okay, well, nothing seems broken. Everything seems fine. Everything seems fine. It's very hard to fly, at least after you've been flying a bit on a 2-cell 1000 milliamps, because it just seems a little under power. Maybe it's because of the repairs that have been made, but with that being said, once you put down throttle, it just kind of loses power, it loses altitude, and then when you want to try to regain altitude again, it makes it a little difficult to fight back. So gotta keep that in mind, not to go too low on the throttle. Okay, so that's about 70% throttle. Very difficult. I think there's also a turbulence right where there, so have to bring it back. Bring it back, bring it back. Bring it back this way. Alright, fly it there. I still sort of prefer crashing, landing, whatever you might want to call it, over where the grass is. I feel that I'm a little more in control over the plane this time around. I'm gonna go get the plane and we'll be back. Okay, well, everything seems to be fine once again. It basically lands like this, which means that it's okay. I realized that I just had this inside, which surely didn't do it any good. Anyways, got another one. Other than that, everything looks fine. Gonna go back outside and we're gonna go fly again. It's quite cool to fly next to a military plane, comparing your size to his altitude to yours. I mean, he probably wasn't all that low, that high. I could have actually reached him if I really tried on a higher battery, but ooh, you wouldn't want to put down a military plane, would you? But it was quite nice. At least I didn't freak out like I usually do. I'm not too throttle low because it seems a little underpowered to fight the turbulence. I don't think it's too much of a wind so much as the turbulence because I'm flying in between two buildings. I'll try to bring it down really low next to my feet. Alright, well, I could live with that kind of crash. Anyways, gonna go pick it, gonna check the battery voltage as well, take a sip of water to kind of ease on my throat, and we'll be back. Alright, so we took a sip of water. We're better now. We are at 65% of the battery. That's the total. Cell 1 is 3.9, cell 2 is 3.9. That means they're both balanced out. That's perfect. We can still go for another round of a minute or so, I would say, because we're still going at full throttle. Anyways, pausing, coming back soon. Right, so we're good to go again. Let's go. Seems like there's a pocket of air right there, so it's making it hard for the plane to fight. You see, I gotta take it down. Well, I guess that's battery power limit 0 or very close to. We're running again full throttle. Let's go get the plane, check out the battery once more, see how fast it dropped, because that wasn't too much of a long flight, so much as a using up the motor. I'll try to touch the ESC as well, see if it's hot. So let's do that. off. It's a little hot, not too hot. Motor not too hot. Battery not hot at all. So the only thing that could be the issue is the power of the battery. We'll go check that again. And I don't have that with me, so power this. Well, not too much of a drop. I mean, it's only at around 56%, so I guess I just got into a situation where I had no wind and didn't have enough throttle. Probably didn't use the elevator correctly. Anyhow, going again with this battery. I'm going to bring it down to 30% and then change it up. You remember the other time I said I had an issue that something seemed like to be shorting out the motor? Well, listen. See that? And then suddenly comes back. So I guess it's a connection. See? Comes and goes, it comes and goes, but no one figured out why it's happening. I'm trying to figure it out. I mean, the ESC doesn't seem all that hot, so I can't say it's the ESC that's heating up. It's not a hot at all, so I guess it's just a connection. Maybe that's also why I'm crashing all the time. So pausing, we're gonna go check this out. I still have battery, why not use it? Well, I don't know what's the issue, to be honest. Might be a million things. Okay, well, it seems like it's not calibrated, which could very much explain why it doesn't have enough power to fly. Hold on for a sec. Alright, so I'm starting to think that my whole issue with this 2-cell battery isn't anything about turbulence and all that blah 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 I talked about earlier. It's just simply that my sticks are not calibrated. I got to a situation where I'm more than 65% throttle, and only there it starts up the motor, so it's quite definitely a calibration issue. We're going to recalibrate. I'm sure I'll get better results, and then we'll go back to the 1300 amps battery. Which brings me to a question: do I need to calibrate the transmitter each time I change a battery? Be back soon. Alright, so we ran into some issues. Calibration always causes my receiver to unbind from my transmitter, so I have to somehow recalibrate them again. I don't have my bind plug with me because I didn't expect this. So I'm just gonna try to create a field bind plug and be back with you soon. Alright, so how do you create a field bind plug? Quite simple. At least for the DX4E, you take a servo control connector, you take out the red plug simply by lifting this black thing, and then you cut off the ends and connect the white and black ones directly one to another. Wrap it up with tape so that it doesn't touch any electricity and cause damage if it does touch. That's it. You connect it into your receiver and you're ready to go. So that's what I'm going to do, and then I'm going to try to bind my transmitter to my receiver again. So I'm going home for a bit. Seems like my field bind plug doesn't work. I don't know what's the issue. We've heard the motor shortage issue earlier. My wife also asked my help at home, so I'm going home. I'll try to fix it, and then if I have enough time, I'll come out again. The wind is a little bit picking up, so it's getting a little windier. It's still perfect weather. I think it's still something I can live with. I've dealt with wind as tough as this. I'll try to keep it where I was flying earlier. I do want to figure this out because I feel pity about the 2-cell battery. I'm going to also give it a recharge while I'm at home. Wish me luck that I have time to come out again and give you some more videos of me flying. So we're heading back home. We are going to recharge the 2-cell for as long as I have time. We're going to do the little chore that I have to do at home, and then try to fix the calibration / binding issue that we had at the field. And then if I still have time, because they still have a few other stuff I have to do, I'll maybe be able to go out again to the field. I really do hope I will, because it's a beautiful weather and it's a pity to waste it, since tomorrow I won't be able to go flying in the morning, and then the day after I won't be able to go as well, and and the next few days should be rain, so I won't be able to go there as well. Anyhow, going home. Be back soon. Alright, so we're back at the field. Kind of pushing my luck because I don't have too much time. The wind is absolutely zero, but it is getting a little hot. I'm having still a little bit of issues with the calibrations. I did manage to bind up again. So what I'm doing right now is, I don't know why, but I also seem to have a off balance, a tail heavy plane. So what I'm doing right now is I'm going to the heavier battery, and we're gonna give it a shot to fly a little bit more, and then we're gonna call it a day, because I still really do have a lot of things to get done. So we're hooking up the battery, putting you on my forehead, and we're going again. See you soon. Alright, so you're back on my forehead. Like I said, I don't have too much time to fly now, because I had to go home, try to bind again. I'm gonna go for a short while, just because today's a perfect weather day, no wind, and it won't stay like this for the rest of the week. Again, gonna go fly there over the grass. There's somebody mowing their property there, so I'm hoping nobody I don't bother anybody, and they won't be coming to say anything. I still have the calibration issue to remind you. I just want to fly, so I'm not dealing with it. Alright, well, this calibration issue is really problematic. Try to calibrate it again. The battery isn't even strong enough to go full speed, and see, I never had it with this battery. It was just too strong. Well, this motor calibration issue just might cause me not to fly today, so anymore. Wind is coming that way. Let's give it just one more shot. Alright, well, for one, I didn't recenter these, so that's stupid, but I was giving it full shit load of, excuse my language, but I don't like this transmitter. It's always been giving me problems, this transmitter and this receiver. Just gonna give it one more shot. If it works, and I'll be able to fly a bit. And if it doesn't work, oh well, then I'll call it a day. Bummed out about not making this work for me today. We're just gonna do one more shot. Alright, so we're back to stage 1, where I'm having a binding issue, and I don't know what's the calibration situation. I think I'm gonna call it a day. A little bummed out because I did want to fly a little more and try both the batteries. I did have a nice little calm fly in the morning. Bummer I can't continue. We're gonna try maybe one last thing before we call it a day, but that's just because I'm out of the field. Otherwise I'm calling it a day quite fast. Alright, so we recalibrated, we rebinded. Let's see the motor now. Still not responding. Alright, well, we're calling it a day. I think it's ESC or a motor issue. I'm betting it's the ESC. Anyways, I can't continue flying, not like this, not where I turn it on and then it works, and then it dies out. So something's making this die. I don't want to push my luck. I'll probably burn something, and I'm betting it's gonna be my plane. Let's pause this off, go home.